Welcome back to Skyblock Infinite Create. Last time we got a storage system set up, at least for now, and we did a little bit of light construction. We also set up this amazing dirt generator, which is just so satisfying to watch. I could watch it all day, but we've got to keep moving. It is so good though. Oh. We got dripstone up and running, thank goodness. And with dripstone, we decided to get lava and then fill in the underside of our base. We also did a bunch of beautification and found out we could use shaders. So now we're going to use shaders. Well, not this point. I forgot to turn it on for this, so we're just going to leave it like this. I have been doing a bit of planning for what is going to happen next. Today, we need to get power up and running. We got our lava set up, so now we just need to make it infinite. And for that, I was thinking, let's do a sphere instead of a square. I know, radical idea, but I figured, why not?
Begin, gremlin.
If we take a walk upstairs, we can see I've added in a bunch more lava storage. So this should be enough to get us started. I think I can make this into an infinite source, if I'm smart about it, and I think I'm pretty smart. So, let's get to it. But first, let me turn on the shaders. Much better. Okay. So, to get infinite lava in Create, you need about 10,000 lava source blocks. That's the official requirement. Now, you could just dig a boring 10 by 10 by 100 pit and drop in source blocks at the top, let them flow down, and that fills the space. At least Create thinks it's full enough. But where's the fun in that? I wanted to build a sphere that was correct and was going to be big enough to be my infinite source, so I needed to do some math. Volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Yeah, I can see your eyes glazing over too. So I'm just going to skip to the end. We solve for r if volume equals 10,000, and that gives us 13.5. We round it up, and that gives us 14. So we need a 14 radius sphere. So I didn't want to play games and have this not work, so I went into a creative world, tried out a sphere, and saw if it would be infinite. It was, and then I ended up doing all the buildings. So I think I'm just going to show you a time lapse of some resource gathering, and we'll schematic it in. There's still going to be plenty to do on the other side. Let's go. Okay, I think that is it. That is everything. We now have all that we need to schematic cannon this in. The last thing to do is change the shaders. There we go, much better. And we're going to need some gunpowder to run the cannon. Super easy, I've got it in my truck here. Everything else has been put in the truck, and the schematic cannon can read it on top of here. So let's grab that and press play.
I am a man.
Wait, I'm alive? Let's do this then, come on. Gotcha. Oh. Oh no. One more time. We got this. For safekeeping. Have at thee. Ow. Oh. Oh no. We're just gonna close those. I'm good. I'm good. Let's get the schematic, fix that hole, because I can just set it to be the same and put it in here, and it will replace the spots. Okay, we're done with that. We're done with that. But as you'll notice, I put a bunch of andesite casing in the top here. That way I could fill it up and it would flow down and just cover each of the top blocks, and then I go in and break it. Now we're going to clear out some of these because the schematic cannon always places them weird. And let's get our power kicked off here. Oh, I'm spinning it. It should kick off. It should have, oh, right, water. I need water under there. Right. Stupid me. Now, if we put our water under here, we have a heat source. We have water going in. If we spin it, it should go in. Why is it not going in? I hooked this up. I thought I hooked this up, right? Hold up. What did I do wrong? Spins? If that spins, then... Oh. Oh. I see. I see it. Editor me sees it. Past me spent way too long spinning this thing. Oh, there we go. I finally got it. Okay. And then we put that back there so it's connected up. And we spin that. It should be a lot less difficult. And that is working. We just need to kick up the speed, kick it off. And that should... There we go. That's producing energy. And that is just going to pull out the lava from our source and put it in our source. So we put that down there at the bottom, and then let's go get our lava canister over there, bring it over here, and pour it in. And I'll show you how to do that. Really simple. It's a real easy way to move a bunch of lava all at once. You probably know it because we all know it, but for those who don't know, here's how you do it. First thing, you want to make sure your lava is not flowing into the pipe that is going into the canister. It's just going to make a mess if you leave it like that. Then you want to plop down your card assembler, glue the whole thing together, get all the way up here, see if it'll glue. Will it glue this whole thing? It's not that big. It should glue the whole thing in one. Yep. And then we give it power, pick it up. You don't need to lock rotation because it's not going anywhere. It's just being used as a transport. Then you hook up your pump. You set that to flow in. And that's why we've got the power here. We do some jiggery pokery. There we go. And that should start to fill up. Now, in the meantime, we've got some projects to do, so let's head over to the base and get that fixed. We need 3 things. A extendo grip to make this a lot easier. That's going to be the mechanical crafters. And let's find a place to set this up just temporarily. We can just dig into the wall up here and run off of that power there. It doesn't need to go fast. Just put a cog there, and then this weird pattern. Make sure they're all going the same direction, and precision speed, brass, hand, and a couple of sticks. And this will give us about a 10 block range, which is just going to be perfect for what we're doing. Next, we need a back tank to fill that up, and we're going to need a way to fill up the back tank, so I'm going to take this opportunity to show you how to set up a passive steam engine. So you put 4 on top there, and it just needs 1 campfire underneath. So now you've got heat. Once you put the engine on it, then it becomes a steam boiler. Then you want an intake source of water. So for that, I'm going to use a pipe and then a pipe at the right angle. And then if you go grab some copper casing, it'll actually lock that pipe into a corner pipe, so it'll always face down. Then you hook up the arm, and what you're going to need to do is get this arm to power itself, because that arm is going to output the energy. So if you can just hook those up, it should power itself. Now this is where I again ran into a problem, because I forgot you need to ratio it up at least once in order for it to work. That's very simple to do, so once stupid me can stop spinning the wheel and figure out what the problem is, we can get to it. So problem 1, you see that extra bucket of water I got in my hand? Yeah, that's supposed to be there. That's problem 1. So we can cover that casing back and remove that pipe, and now that should work. But the problem is it's not gear ratioed, so we're gonna just do a simple large cog into a small cog, and that should ratio it up enough. Just remove those, and that should, well, if I don't break that, that should be enough to power itself. And it takes about 128 stress units, so it's pretty efficient. But not to speed that up. That's going to take forever when I do need to fill that. So I'll probably ratio that up later, but that is a passive steam engine. Quick trip to the nether now. We need to grab some fire resistance potion, because I'd like to have some fire resistance going into this sphere of lava. Unfortunately, seems my trip to the Nether Fortress, I used all of them. So, I guess we have to trade with the pigs. Oh, I haven't traded with the pigs in so long. I don't want to trade with the pigs. They take forever. I have to get gold. Is there any in here? Please tell me. No. Oh. There wasn't. I'll tell you that right now. There wasn't. So, we're just gonna get some swords. Request up 2 of those, and let's go make the piggies squeal. Whee! I'm gonna miss that fall when we get an elevator in. Okay. Still nothing. There's still nothing. Let's kill some pigs. But I'm not gonna make you watch this, because I'm sure you've seen enough of your own pig killing. So, you're not about to just see a death screen. That is not what you just saw. Look away. Yeah, I did that. I just walked into him. But, we're gonna trade. They were too close to the entrance. Anything good. Oh, I hate piglin trading. Leather, really? Is that what you're gonna give me? A dried cast. You gave me a dried... When did... I did all that trading, and you give that to me now? Oh, that last episode a few days ago was completely useless. You could have just traded for it. I guess that's been updated. Thanks, Nixie. I need a better way. And there's my better way. If we crush the... whatever those leaves are on that tree, it should give us a nether wart. So, let's just go grab that, get access to the tree, and if you didn't know, this is all you need to get access to that tree. Just a block of crimsite. Crimsite, I think that is? No, it's crimson nylium, but anyway. So if you get some netherrack, and then you bone meal next to it, it'll make more of it. And then if you bone meal the mushroom, you'll get the tree. But if you bone meal the nylium itself, it'll give you some of the mushroom sapling things. And then if we crush these in the crusher, it should give us at least a chance to get a few. Yeah, there we go. That's all we needed. Let's reset that and plant some of this down just to be on the safe side. And then we can go brew a potion of fire resistance instead of trading with the piglins. I guess they're gone. Well, editor me knows that there was some zombie mayhem when I made the sphere. Past me didn't know that, so either way, let's brew some potions. We need to make the awkward potion, and then awkward potion and magma cream, and then redstone will give us an 8-minute fire res potion. So, let's put on our extendo grip. Let's put in our wrench in our hand, and let's get to it. I should probably leave that open. Well, there are a few minor pieces still left in there like you can see in the glass, but I'm gonna go around and just clean those up really quickly from the outside. Everything else is cleared out, and it is time to test to see if this is indeed an infinite lava source. So we pump that all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, don't starve while you do this. And make sure we've got our goggles on. And then if we were to put that down, that is now going in. We need to flip it around. It is a bottomless supply. Woohoo. Alright, we've got lava. Now I'm gonna clean up here, hook that up to the other side. I'll probably put another pump in there, and then we are going to make steam engines. I want to put the steam engines down here on the left and right respectively, and as you can see I just kind of prettied it up there, made it look nice. So we'll give you one more time lapse here as I go clean those up and get them ready to be steam engines, and let's see how much power we can get out of this. $195,000 stress units, not bad. So, as you probably saw in the video, I had a little bit of trouble getting that lava bucket set up to work, but it's pretty simple. It's just a filtered one here that says lava buckets go out, and a filtered one back there that says empty lava buckets. So when the arm has a lava bucket, if it's got lava in it, it will pick it up and put it in the blaze. If it's empty, it'll put it in there, it'll go over there, that thing will squirt lava into it, and it'll pop out there, and the arm will wait until one of these blaze burners needs it to then go ahead and fill that up. And if we take a look back here, this is where all of our power is going to get routed out of. So this is set to max speed, and it flows out to a chain conveyor that is going to be our main power source out. and then there is a chain conveyor underneath there that is feeding power in from our steam engine through a chain drive here. So then it feeds up into this, into the chain here, and that chain, if we sneak a little free cam, goes through here, and this becomes our chain connection at the front there. Isn't that smart? I like that. So now I can turn the entire system up and down from here. And then over here, we have a similar setup, except this one has the startup. I found using this fluid hatch as a way to kickstart it, I can just put water in there, which will turn it on, which will allow that pump to start flowing in. And again, we could make these stronger, but for now, I just wanted something simple that was going to be the base of our power system. As we need, we will expand this. I have some ideas for maybe some like floating power spheres around here, like maybe ring them around. Maybe call it the rings of power. Who knows? But yeah, and again, the arm picks up the bucket. It's this lava bucket and this regular bucket here. And this is actually our output power. And that output power is going from there. I think it's going from there to this chain conveyor over that way. Let me actually hop into FreeCam and see what I did here. Yeah, so that chain conveyor goes through here, feeds into this bottom one here. That one also feeds into powering this one down here on the other side. So both of them are being powered all by this first steam engine, and then all the others are connected up to the output, which is going to here, which is feeding off. I also expanded and made 3 passives up here and some water wheels, just so we had enough power to run 2 pumps, if you can see, both going off in either direction. So yeah, that is our power setup. And now on to bigger and better things. We are looking at the base of our island here. I've kind of raised it up and put some flooring in. What I'd like to do is have bridges, and I've marked out where each of them are going to go. And that's very important later on. I've had to do some designing in a Create world to even get the physics of this right to make sure if this is going to work. But that's another episode. Right now, I'd like to get an elevator in, and I think I know just the spot to put it. Unfortunately, that does mean we're going to have to get rid of our fountain, but I think it's going to be the right spot. Oh, it seems the dolphin did not survive. Apparently, they require air as well to breathe. This was pointed out by a meme in our Discord. Yeah. Apparently mammals need to breathe. Right. Anyway, this is where I want to put my elevator. So we're going to tear this whole thing out and make it look nice. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it look nice. We're going to forget about the dolphin. I'm not still thinking about the dolphin. Okay, so if we put a controller on here, this will be a elevator. If we put down some redstone links and we connect it up to an elevator pulley. But we need more redstone, and our new clerics don't want to be the High Overlord. I don't know why. They're gonna get paid so much money. Oh, there they go. Okay. I need more cash, though, so... Isn't that a lovely sound? Oh, I just love that sound. And am I gonna cure this guy? I could cure this guy. Do I have gold? I've got 3 pieces of gold. I'm good. I don't want to go to the piglins. I did a whole thing this episode not to go to the piglins. I'm not gonna go for some more gold. I'll just take the redstone. Okay. I don't need a lot. Redstone is starting to become annoying. But here's our elevator platform. Basically, all you need to make an elevator is a controller, an elevator pulley, and this, the redstone connector. And the redstone connection is going to connect at each floor level to tell it, hey, go here, go there, etc. You just need it to face the right way. There we go. That wasn't hard. And then we need to glue it, or we need to put another one here, and then we need to glue that one to our actual elevator. So something like that. And then we glue the whole platform together. And we go ahead and put down the controller and glue that in as well. That ghast is it's gonna make me think there's a ghast. I keep hearing it. I've got to get used to it not being a scary sound. Alright, now for the elevator pulley. That's what it's called, pulley. I remembered that. And you just pop that on top. I lost the footage. I don't know if I was recording, so I just kind of gear ratioed it down. I don't want it going super fast, but I hooked that up there, and I just made it look nice. Glue all this together, you know. It's very pretty. And that'll take me all the way down here. So that's kind of the concept I have in mind for our elevator. Something stone and rugged. I like it. And we can take it back up. And as always, when in doubt, just put leaves everywhere. Now, for the plan down here, I want to put a first floor in somewhere around here. And then I want to basically use this first floor as our workshop, factory, also our storage, and then we're going to take that elevator all the way down to the mob farm so we can get rid of that bubble elevator, which is just clunky. Actually, let's get rid of that now, but before we do that, we need to build a platform down here, just our redstone connection. We don't want to change that level, actually. We'll name these later, but for now, we put a button there, and that should call the elevator down to us. Yeah, it clipped through the floor there, so we're going to have to clear out a space so when we do use it to come down, we don't get pushed out. And then we'll do another one down here at the lowest level, which is actually the bottom of the mob farm. That one up there is the top of the mob farm. Just another redstone connection. And put some light, flip that around. You can see it changes when it lines up, and there we go. And then we'll just make a platform around this so it is safe. Much better. And then we cannot take that back up right now, as that is going to clip us through the floor. So, last time to take the bubble elevator. Whee! This takes forever. Okay. That's the last time. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's call up the elevator. And as you can see, I've kind of set up a floor down there as well for our second floor. Right here. And this is our main floor, and then we want to send that back up so we can clear out this hole down here. So let's get digging. And then we got to get rid of this bubble elevator, so we got to get rid of the water. And then I remembered something. A wise man once said,
"We're not cavemen. We have technology."
and Patrick is right. There's a better way to do this. Connect up some chains. Too steep. Let's try back here. Nope. Up here? Maybe? Nope. 1 or 2 back. Yes, that works. And then we connect that down here. And this is totally temporary. And switch that around so it's going the other way. And that should dig us down. There we go. Oh, there's a creeper on there. That's not good. 2 creepers. Bye-bye. And then we reverse it to pull it back up. And get rid of all this. Remember to break the chains first. That just makes it not drop the chains everywhere. And we'll get rid of the sticky floors. Well, that was quite the episode. I'm very happy with what we've accomplished so far. We now have infinite lava, which means we can get to so many more recipes. We have infinite power, essentially, as long as we build up more of these steam engines. And I've got a plan for expanding this, but I just wanted to get some power up and running so that next time we can start factories and work towards our bridge project. I'm so excited. I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. We have been just chugging away at this, and we are still under 10 subscribers. So if you want to get in before we hit 10 and say you're a real OG, then go ahead, give us a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.